Let's look at how we interact with technology right now. Our current mobile and web ecosystem is heavily fragmented. When you want to get things done, you have to jump between dozens of isolated applications. Imagine trying to plan a trip. You have to open a travel app, check your banking app, use maps, and so on. In this setup, you, the user, act as the manual integrator. You have to search, click, scroll, and repeat the process over and over across different screens. What is the result? It creates a lot of friction and keeps your personal efficiency extremely low. But we are experiencing a fundamental shift in how humans and computers interact. We're moving from manual application usage to autonomous AI agents. Let's look at the exact same scenario under this new paradigm. Instead of navigating those interfaces yourself, you simply give a high-level command, like book a flight, order food, and transfer money tomorrow morning. This single AI agent interface takes over. It reaches out to the relevant services for you and executes the tasks seamlessly. By removing the user from the middle of every single click, we drastically reduce friction and achieve a much higher efficiency and better outcome. In fact, this evolution suggests that by 2030, the traditional app might become just an obsolete hidden layer of the internet. To put this in perspective, let's trace the evolution of computing. Technology always evolves in distinct eras. In the 1990s, we started with static websites. In the 2000s, we moved into the mobile apps era. Then came the 2010s with the social media era. Today, we're crossing into the era of AI agents for the 2020s and beyond. Now, to really understand this shift, we have to clear up a common misconception: the difference between a standard chatbot and a true AI agent. Look at the chatbot on the left. A chatbot is primarily designed to talk and retrieve information. It can answer questions, but it stops there. On the other hand, an AI agent is designed to act. It doesn't just chat. It understands your underlying goal, makes autonomous decisions, and uses actual tools to get the job done. Let's break down these functional capabilities over here. A true AI agent has 4 core powers. First, goal comprehension. It interprets what you ultimately want to achieve, not just the exact words you typed. Second is decision-making, where it determines the logical steps required to reach that goal. Third, we have tool utilization. This is huge. The agent can actually interact with APIs, external software, and websites on your behalf. And finally, task completion. It executes real-world actions like booking those flights or writing code without needing your constant intervention. So, the simplest way to remember this shift is that while chatbots just talk, true AI agents take action to solve your problems. Because they can act on your behalf, these agents will soon change how software interfaces with humans entirely, adapting to our natural workflows rather than forcing us to learn theirs.
So, continuing from our discussion about eliminating the friction of navigating multiple interfaces, the primary difference between apps and agents lies in the direction of adaptation. Currently, humans must adapt to the specific interfaces of various apps. We spend our time manually entering details and comparing options across different platforms. It's entirely on us. AI agents invert this relationship completely by adapting to the human. Instead of you doing the manual labor, the agent communicates with you directly and handles the complex processes in the background. This means we effectively eliminate friction, which is all the cognitive load, time, and effort required to perform digital tasks. By handling these background operations, these AI agents are set to fundamentally disrupt the traditional internet economy. Right now, the web is built on an attention economy, capturing your time through manual browsing and scrolling. But as that model gets disrupted by automation, we move toward an outcome economy, where the value is entirely based on the actual results delivered to you. This massive shift is being driven by the largest players in the technology sector. If we look at the strategic moves by major firms down here, we see OpenAI actively developing autonomous systems. We have Google integrating Gemini deeply into its workspace. Microsoft is evolving Copilot into a functional assistant, and Apple is redesigning Siri specifically for agency workflows. To understand how these systems actually function internally, let's break down the architecture of an AI agent, which is effectively your new digital employee, into 5 core components. First, we have the brain. This is powered by large language models to process language and underlying logic. Second is memory, which is used to securely store and recall your personal preferences and historical context so the agent learns over time. Third are the tools. This gives the agent the critical ability to reach out and access external APIs, navigate websites, and use software suites. Fourth is reasoning. This is the logical framework the agent uses to break down a really complex request into a sequence of small, actionable steps. And finally, automation, the executor engine that actually runs those steps to completion to get things done. It's this specific architecture that allows the agent to function as a cohesive, autonomous system rather than just a simple text generator. And as we'll see next, these agents are already moving beyond theoretical concepts into fully functional tools that can code, research, and create for us.
AI agents are already moving beyond theoretical concepts and into the realm of functional, everyday tools. If we look at the current agentic capabilities, we can see they are handling complex workflows across multiple domains. For example, coding agents can now build full websites autonomously, while finance agents are being deployed to manage portfolios. We also have research agents that can synthesize hundreds of documents in seconds, and content agents that produce polished video outputs. Because these agents can perform start-to-finish tasks, we are looking at what could be the end of traditional search. Think about the current user experience. You search, you click links, you read, and you summarize. But if an agent can browse the web on its own, synthesize that vast amount of information, and directly provide you with a final answer or action, the old model breaks down. The need for traditional search engines, SEO, and ad-heavy websites diminishes significantly. This represents a total disruption of how information is indexed and consumed online. Naturally, this shift raises major questions about the future of work. When we look at the labor impact, it's clear that jobs consisting of repetitive digital tasks, such as customer support, data entry, and basic marketing, face a very high risk of automation. However, this isn't just about losing jobs. It's about evolution. New opportunities are emerging for people to step up. Instead of doing the manual data entry, your role shifts to managing, controlling, and orchestrating these AI systems. One of the most profound outcomes of this transition is the rise of the one-person company. By sitting at the center of an intelligent network, a single individual can leverage a coordinated fleet of agents like a design agent, sales agent, development agent, and support agent. Through this high-leverage AI orchestration, that one person can achieve the massive output that was previously reserved for large corporate teams. This fully democratizes the ability to build and scale high-impact startups. But as we hand over this level of autonomy to our digital counterparts, we must also confront the critical risks of unpredictable AI behavior, which we will address next. While we've seen the incredible capabilities of these systems, AI agents also introduce critical risks that we cannot ignore. Because agents have the agency to actually act on a user's behalf, the potential fallout is severe. If an agent has access to your accounts, there is the possibility of financial errors. Because they process vast amounts of personal information, they pose a significant risk of data leaks. And of course, there is the ongoing issue of unpredictable behavior. where an agent might hallucinate an action you didn't intend. The core issue is that the stakes for AI agents are much higher than they are for standard chatbots. A chatbot gives you a wrong answer. An agent might execute a wrong trade. This reality is driving a massive global response. Around the world, we are seeing urgent conversations about implementing new regulations and safety protocols, all aimed at one goal: ensuring these powerful systems remain firmly under human control and oversight. Looking ahead to the next 5 years, AI agents are projected to transition into foundational roles in society. They will act as our dedicated assistants and personalized teachers. Eventually, they will become the primary operating system through which we interact with all technology, serving as our single interface to the digital world. To conclude, the rise of AI agents represents a massive paradigm shift. This is a technological revolution entirely comparable to the advent of the Internet and the smartphone. We are fundamentally moving from a world of tools we must manually operate to a new era of agents that operate for us. This transition changes the fundamental nature of the digital economy, the job market, and our daily interactions with software. The technology is no longer just about generating content. It is about executing intent. Understanding and controlling these agents will be the defining skill of the coming decade.